today, once again, is we're doing live training here. Today is extreme radical performance PSOS. It's basically the idea of transferring your Foundset. Nick is going to cover more about that shortly. First off, this broadcast is brought to you by fmtraining.tv, where you should have awesome bundles of training. You can pick the bundle that best fits your needs. We will put a coupon for a great discount in the live stream text. If you don't have it, feel free to help support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Which brings up two things. One is that, before we jump off on Nick here, one is that we are working on the new video player. Everyone has a video player X17. Miles Debsky, who is really an awesome guy. I can't say really enough nice. I have a lot of nice things to say about Nick. I even have more nice things to say about Miles. He's really amazing guy. But I am very fortunate to have some really great people that work on the team with me. It's great. When you can count on people to cover your back and to get things done, awesome. So Miles is working on the video player. One, we are fixed the search. The search kicks ass. It meets my needs. So if I'm in front of you and I have to do a search, I know it won't let me down, which is awesome. We are building a feature into it. So it will tell you there's a new version available. In an ideal world, you just press it. It would update itself. Basically, what we're going to do is give you a link to download the new one. You'll have the new one will pop up. It will magically get the license key for you from the old one, okay? Now, it'll be up to you to remember that you have a new one and you should get rid of the old one. I know some of you can barely run your computers, and I'm not picking on you, but it's the way Apple does stuff. I got into this with one of you. I had a call about a week or so ago, and that person know who he is. Apple hides the downloads. They hide things. They hide the hard drive. And so the computer is saving things in directories, and you lose track of that. And so as a FileMaker developer, you have to get to a point where you really know where the file's at and what's going on. And so you have X17. The current build right now is X20. It'll be X21 or X22. Once again, you don't get every release. These are our internal test builds. Once I think it's ready, it will go to you. So search is fixed. The auto, it'll tell you when there's a new update available, the new one. And now from 17 to the new one, you're going to have to manually put your license key over. I will happy send your email again to you if you don't have your license key. That being said, going forward, you won't have to do that. It will automatically move it for you, which would be really great. We got that search, got that. Nick, have you looked at the iPad piece yet? Because
Yes. I check. I know what happened is that's a walk around about a bug they have on FileMaker, and because you have things working on FileMaker Pro and doesn't work on Go, and the very few they have, and bingo, we have them in our solution. So
right.
we need to walk around this, and actually it could be a nice video that we can share with everybody.
Really? Okay. So is that in the build we have right now? Did you already put that in, or do you need to put it in?
No, I need to put. I've diagnosed the problem. Now I need to cure the problem.
Okay. Well, the Dr. Debsky is working on this right now. So Dr. Debsky has the master version. You need to have him give you the patient. You can fix it and then give it back to him.
So
okay?
Dr. Debsky needs to give to Professor Hunter.
Professor Hunter. So Dr. Debsky gives it to Professor Hunter. Got it. Yes. Okay. So anyway, we got the search set up. So when you're in here and you do a search, it's really awesome. This is great. You'll love it. And it makes sense. It's not stupid. And then also it'll tell you when to run an update. And it's just much better all the way around. So, and then it should work on iPad. To be honest with you, most people do development on Pro. Which means it's on their desktop, which I assume you're watching on desktop. We really don't even think about iPad frequently, because when you're in this line of work right now, you are a content creator, you're working on Pro on Mac and Windows. Now, FileMaker Claris would like someday to see that you're doing the Pro development in a web browser. Awesome. In 5 years, that might work. But right now, anyone who knows anything about technology, the FileMaker Pro cannot be built into a browser in a reasonable way where you can code and do all the stuff you have to do. It's just not going to happen. I mean, they have some options to do, but this is what they're trying to. They really want to make the thing really web centric, which would be great. I have no problem with that as long as the internet never goes down, and there are no riots, and there's no COVID viruses. Because you can understand the next thing that hasn't happened in 2020 yet is we had a COVID virus, which really is kind of like a really bad flu, and then you've got a bunch of people who are pissed off justifiably, and then you got a whole bunch of people who decide that they were going to get free TVs on top of being pissed off, and that made things more complicated, obviously. And so I get all that, I really do. The next thing that hasn't happened is a massive internet outage for like a week or two. But the year is not over yet. We have high hopes that we will get this last one. So that's why I've always been a little afraid of the cloud, to be honest with you. And even my database is now in the cloud. But I make sure they back up to Dropbox or Google OneDrive or some sort of offsite. And that copy every night matriculates down to my office. So in the event the wheels come off the internet, I have a machine here with a copy of all my stuff on it, including everything you folks have bought, everything so we know. And I have control of that, which is a really great thing. So being a control freak like I am, it's kind of important. So I'm going to transfer command to Nick. What I do want to say is that yesterday's broadcast was primarily a conversation about this right here. We were talking about the idea of the let statement. And Nick tried making the let statement kind of wander over here more advanced. And I kept trying to bring it back, and then it would wander more advanced. So we kind of started here, and it went back and forth a couple times. Today is decidedly more in this realm here and this side here. It's less what I will say bunny friendly. So for those of you who understand Bunny, she's one of the awesome people on YouTube, along with Candido and Michael and Thomas and Ron and Waldy and all the people that are over on the YouTube side. And I haven't named everyone, but I got Brad and all the people on Colleen, and then obviously Oregon Dean and Ron and Canberra and Jake, etc. Welcome all of you. But I want to try to answer people's questions and be as responsive as possible. So Bunny is a basic brand new user. She's actually a salesperson that wants to maybe play in the world of development because she likes it. She's probably a fundamentally creative person. She's making good money in sales, so she's going to have a challenge. We had that conversation on YouTube yesterday. She have a challenge trying to decide if she wants to go the sales route or do the other route. And ideally, in a real world, you could do both. Do sales and do FileMaker. Figure a way of doing both in the job. So
that was pretty much what I did for 25 years.
Yeah.
I was doing half,
Ron's talking about he's 56, which means he's probably got a walker and a wheelchair, and he's like shot. He probably doesn't even know his name anymore. Ron, hi Ron. Your name is Ron, right? So I'm having fun with Ron. But the point is that, yeah, Ron is about the average age, I think, of the average FileMaker developer. They're trying to bring new people in. But doing development in retirement, like I got a guy, Dave Henderson's thinking about retiring next year. Those of you guys know Dave. Dave is 63 or whatever he is. But if you quit, if your brain quits working, you're going to get, typically that's how they find the plaque in your brain, which gives you Parkinson's. Then you really don't know who you are. Using FileMaker, learning FileMaker, not being grumpy with FileMaker. It's an API. I don't want to do an API. Learn the new stuff. If you learn new stuff, your brain will stay young. You will live a lot longer.
So today we are going to talk about interesting things. So actually, this is the final course, let's say, the final day that is going to end the series of the empowering your search, because we started with the search capability of the Goto related records and stuff like that, and then we went to the auto entry calculation, and then we went to the let's statement and stuff like that. This is the conclusion of all of this. So pretty much, if you are mastering everything we cover during this series of videos, then you will be like the grand guru of searching in FileMaker. Okay, so that was the goal, is to give you all the techniques and all the know-how and all the tips and tricks to get the search very powerful. So before we start, I want to show you something here. We yesterday we learned about how to make a search like this. So we said we have a search, we have a portal here, and we want to make a search, and we search here, and we have this. And we showed yesterday that we are using a filter. So yesterday I told you, yeah, this technique is okay when what when the relationship returns some records, like let's say hundreds of records or 200 records. But what happened when the record set is 650,000, right? So it's more than 500,000 records. So what happens when you use this technique here, which is fine for hundreds of records? What happens when we have hundreds of thousands? Okay. So here what happened. This is what happened. And I put the little music here.
Jeopardy music. It has to be in the form of a question.
Yeah, okay. Here we are. So let's say now, and that was only to show up all the records. Okay, so we have 650,000 records here. Okay, so now let's say I want to search for something. So let's put again the music. Okay, good. So I think I'm good with the demo here. What we want, right, is this. Okay?
Wow.
This. I think the demo is okay. Everybody is blown up. Okay. So now, so that the same records, same contact transfer or Foundset kind of thing. That the same. Okay, it's different, but we still have 600,000 records on the other side. You know, when I do this, I have the 600,000. You know, records. You can see. You know, if I do this, it doesn't even move this. So much I have records, right? So you have a lot of records here. So we are going to learn how to do that. How to make something like, if I want the phone number, I want the phone number we 123, you know, and we want this phone number we want 923. It's instant. It's blam. If I do the other way, you know, we have the Jeopardy music. So how that work? So you need to remember something I told you, that you can have multiple. You can have, let's say I'm taking this. Okay, I've copied this and I'm blown up everything. Okay. So remember I told you that you can have one field as a key in a relationship. Okay, remember that. This is it. This one. You have one key, one global field. That is, this global field is part of a relationship. So remember I told you that we can have multiple values. So I can have 3 values, and then that will return 3 records. If I remove one, if I remove this one, now I have 2 records. Okay? And here I have 1 record. So we know now that we can do this. That means we can have one global field. Inside the global field, we put multiple values. A value is a bunch of characters separated by a carriage return. This is a value, okay? So we can have multi-value relationship. We call that multi-value relationship, okay? So now we know that we can interact with this. So the technique here is what we call the transfer of Foundset. Transfer of Foundset. That means yes, I do a search, but I don't display the search results with a classic perform find. Okay, I'm doing something else. So what is doing here? So let's start talking about something more simple for now. Let's say I want to, I want to search records from this table here, right? And I want to search records in the contact table and in the project table. That means I want, yeah, go ahead. You want to ask something?
No, well, Ron actually had a question here. He says, "Why does the database only show 5,001 records?"
Oh, here?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, we have 5,000. Yeah, so
doesn't matter. I could have started somewhere else. Doesn't matter, because it's a related. This is a relation. It's a portal. It's a portal. So
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's that field here. Forget about this. That field here is driving what shows here. I just demonstrate that. You know, we what's the name? We have the number of records. You know. The number of records here is driven by this. Okay.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's fine. I just want to make sure we're answering the question.
No. Here now it matters. So now I'm showing you something different, because I wanted to demonstrate you the kind of the technique of the what's the name? The multi-value relationship. Okay, but we already covered that. But I wanted to show people that you can do that. You can have multi-value relationship, one global field that is the master key, the master key of the relationship, and then you show the records that he found with those IDs. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to search. Okay, I want to search here. I want a search that is super fast, right? And goes search in here, search in those fields, okay? And search in those fields and in a projects field. So I want to search here, here, here. I want to search in related data as well. If I do a search here, I'm doing it, but I will have to restart, but it's okay. Let's say I want to search Nick. I do a search, like a regular search into a portal, okay? I perform, okay, it's kind of fast because it's optimized, but if I do this here, okay? I found it. Yeah, but yeah, okay. So here, see, it's look, it's a nightmare. So here now I have the sort, I have the thing, I have the thing. I think I need to quit. No, it's okay. So anyway, you see that doesn't work very well. You know, when you have to do that, when you need to search in this is super slow.
Right.
This is super slow.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Okay, we don't. You can do that, but we don't do it for big data, big chunk of data. It's like what I've said yesterday. You know, when you go here, if you have 100 records, that's fine. But if you have hundreds of thousands, then you cannot use the same amount of data. Remember, last year we talked about that. We said, okay, as you grow, as your solution grow, as the amount of people connected to the server grows, as the amount of records grows, you know, more you become bigger, less and less and less techniques are available to you. You need to use extremely sharp-edged technique when you have a big giant solution, or if you have a lot of data, a lot of records, or if you have a lot of people connected to the server, or if you use WebDirect and stuff like that. More and more you go there, less you are free to do, let's say, quick and dirty stuff. Okay, you need to go to the sharp edge, and that's what we are going to do today. Pretty much what I want to do, I want to search here. Let's say, see here, I have let's say I'm here and I want to search co-op, okay, co-op, okay. I search for this, it's instant, any search all where I have co-op, okay. That means I have 63 records. So what happened here, okay? Let's say another search. Let's say, see here I have Nick Hunter. So let's bury this in the search. So I have all my records here, and I want to search for Nick Hunter, okay? So here I have 1655 records, okay? That's what I have, okay? What happened if I want, so it's because he found Nick Hunter all over the place, okay? So here in project or whatever, I must have my name somewhere here. Oh, Nick Hunter here. Nick Hunter here. The user is Nick Hunter. Okay, that the user is Nick Hunter. But if I put the search that I made here is searching this record in those fields, those fields, those fields. But those those three records are in three different what's the name, table. What I want to, the result that I want the accounts where even here I found Nick Hunter. So let me demonstrate. If I put Nicholas Hunter, which is my real name, okay, here I have one record. Why? There's no Nicholas Hunter here, not here, but there's one here. He's there. So he said, okay, you have this Lobotis Ultris industry. This account has a project with Nick Hunter. That's true, right? So what I want the accounts with those names on it, okay? So how the hell that can be so fast? First of all, what it's doing is, so let's show the scripts. Okay, let's show the scripts. I'm not talking about the perform script on server yet. I'm going to show you what the thing is doing. Okay. First of all, I type something here. Okay, in the search. Then the script say, okay, go to account, perform a find, and if you found something, give me the list of the ID accounts. Okay, so what is the list of ID? Now, this is interesting. The list of IDs is this. It's a new introduced with FileMaker 17. Well, what was the FileMaker, Richard? The list of?
Oh, list of? Shoot, that's been around for a while. I don't know, it's been, what, since
okay.
12, right? When did it come out?
No. This is after 15. It's
it's after 15,
16? Yeah, it's 16 or something like that. Anyway, so what the list of is doing. So first of all, to do the list of, so it's a summary field, right?
Yep.
And it's here, and you say, I want the list of all the ID account. So what is interesting to know about the list of? So this gives me the opportunity to talk a little bit about this, because everything is connected, and you need to know all of those things. So let's create a new form here based on account. This is list of, okay. And I want the field account. What's in it? Where is the field here? Do we have a field account? Or name? What the name? Okay, name. I want the name of the account. Okay, and maybe I want the city. Okay, and I want to show here. I want the list of account. Okay, so what the list of is doing here, big, growing here, and I want the vertical. Okay, so what the list of is doing here, I have 5,000 records, right? 5,001. So here I have 5,000 IDs. All those IDs, let me show you. All those IDs, okay? All those IDs are here, right? And if you look closely, the first is not sorted, okay? The first is A7D, A7D. The second one will be DA, DA. The third one will be ATS, 87, 87. Why? Because as for, and that's the reason why they put that in the summary field. And okay, I don't want to be like presumptuous here, but I asked for that when I was at FileMaker, okay? And actually,
It doesn't. Hey, it doesn't count unless you have a patent. Do you have
okay,
a patent for
yeah.
that one?
No, I don't know, but
No.
no, because it's Clay made it.
Okay, Clay got the patent. Okay.
Yeah, so I needed that for my personal reason. So when I when I was there, I asked for it. But then they need it for actually. Okay, the real reason why they implement that is because this is how they made the sequel possible. They use this. They use this technique to make the sequel, the execute sequel possible in FileMaker. This is the key of this. Okay, so anyway, so list off this. So as for all the summaries, they all are tied to two things. Sort and search. All summaries, all of them, not only the list of, but all of them here, they are all impacted by the search and the sort. So let's say I'm sorting by city. It changes this.
Oh.
Now, yeah.
I didn't know that. I did not know it would do that.
Nobody knows that.
I did not know that. All right, so once again, I'm going to point out, if you have a found set and the list of is giving you your list of items, and you change the sort up here, this will reflect the new sorting order here.
Yeah, so I can do another demo, a demo that is more relevant. Let's say I want a list of city, okay? So it's a summary field, and I create this list of, and I want the list of cities, okay? So let's show that now. Okay, so cancel. Okay.
So that's unsorted. That was unsorted. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I want the list of city. Okay, not this anymore. I want the city. Okay. So see here. So if the first city here. So if I sort by, it's unsorted. If I sort by city, it's sorted by city.
A lot of Fairfields. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Pretty great.
Okay. So that is so it's important. Now I want back to my list of accounts. Now let's say I search and I want only the Fairfield. Right? So I have only Fairfield. I have 575. So now here I have 575. See, I have much less records than before. Demonstrate again. I show all, I have 5,000 records. So now I have 5,000 items in this field. Okay. If I search for Fairfield, this changes as well, right? And if I change the order as sort by, let's say, by name, this changes also. See, the first is 611, the second one is 994.
Okay.
Right.
All right, we got it. We got it. Keep going, Nick, because you're off in the weeds now, baby. So.
Okay. So now you got it. So now you mean. So let me do a demonstration right quick. I want all the Fairfield people. Okay. All of this. I want those Fairfield people, and I want to go to and I want all the accounts, and I want to show all the account for those people. So the problem is I should have used contact because all my demonstration is with contact. But anyway, let's do a demonstration. I paste this here. Okay. So let's say I search for all the Fairfield people, all the Fairfield cities. Okay. That is the ID that list of return to me for those people, right? So now, if I do this, I think it's this. Sorry for that. New script. Okay. So now see here, I have let's say I have all the people. Okay, I have 5,000 people, and I pasted here 555. Okay. Oh, here I have 575 people here. Okay, and now that is a global field, and now I'm using a Goto related records that shows using a relationship that is based on this as a master key, and I want to show the related records based on this. So here what happened. I have the 575 people. So what happened here? So now we learned the list of. We learned that we have the multi-value global field that you can use as a key, main key kind of a relationship. And now how to make this relationship happen. Okay. So I created what I call account transfer of Foundset. Okay. So this one here, this relationship here, it's whatever ID of account I put in this key matches the ID account of the other side. But the secret of this too is that they point to the same table. This occurrence point to the account. This occurrence point to the account. So they both are related to the same table. This relationship here is going to show me, I put IDs of accounts in this field, and then the relationship is going to constrain the Foundset to the current table using the Goto related records. So another demonstration. Let's say I'm copying those three. Okay, I copy those three, I paste those three, and I launch the Goto related records. Look what happened here. Look what happened here. Now I have 3 records, those 3. Okay, so the keys here, you have a global field as a main key for the relationship here, right? This is a global field. You paste your IDs here, and the relationship the relationship is going to pick up the ID here. Sorry, I put the wrong relationship. You put the ID here, and it matches whatever ID here matches the ID account, and then you use Goto related records. And that's why FileMaker invented long time ago the Goto related records using the current layout. You don't leave the context. You want the related records on the same table, so you stay on the same layout. So that's why they have the current layout, is because those relationships are both pointing to the same table. Okay, both two accounts. And what's happening, I'm using a search to get me the records that I want to search. The list of shows me the IDs of those records constrained. I grab those records, those IDs, I grab them, I paste them into this, and then I say, this is the ID account that I want you to show me. And the Goto red records is going to constrain the Foundset for you. So
I have a question. Why not just feed them into a find, right? Put them into a find, right? Because that would be more. I would be more inclined to do it that way, right?
Yeah.
I understand you're doing a portal here, but if I wasn't doing this as a portal, say I was, if we simplified this, you were doing forget the portals, you were doing a search on a context, like a big gnarly.
But if you are, I totally understand. But if you are on the same context, but here the demonstration is not the point. If you want to search on this, using perform find, good luck with this.
I know, but you send it to the server. It gets you your set of IDs, right?
Yeah.
Those come back, and then you paste those in, right? I mean, that's basically the kind of the same.
Oh,
idea.
you want to search this? Oh,
well,
you can search on a global field. So you can, if you want with perform find, you say I have those 3 IDs. Search me this, you need to do perform find the first, perform find the second, perform find the third, perform. So if you have 600,000, you need to say perform find 600,000 times.
Okay, hang on. I'm thinking about that. Oh crap, you're right. Okay, never mind. I'll shut up. It has to do with the way. Yeah, so this only really works really awesome through the Goto related record. I don't know. This is definitely an intermediate to advanced topic. Poor Bunny. I'm sure her head's going to explode. I'm sorry. So
you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. It doesn't work. It will return 0 because none of the IDs will have this in the field. They will have this, but none has the 3. So it won't work.
I was thinking it was this or this or this, but
no,
this is it's and. But on through a relationship, it's an or. Through a relationship, it's an or. So it's an and search versus an or search.
Exactly.
Is everyone following this? Hang on. So is everyone? Hang on. I haven't looked at the message here in a second. Yeah, I got something for Nathan in a second. M. Johnson 24. Is there a maximum number of IDs a list will return? Like if you had 15,000.
I think it's something like how many characters do we have in the one field?
Up to 4 gigs of text or something.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
That.
So you have 4 gigs of text. That's the limit.
Yeah, either 2 gigs of text or 4 gigs of text. But I can't. To be honest with you, I don't even know what a gig of text looks like. I mean, a megabyte of text is a big file, right? So without images, so it's.
So the limitation you have is the limitation of storage of a field.
Okay.
I understand this is heavy stuff, but this is what is important. This is why it's important. It's like, knowing how 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, yeah, big deal. Okay, but here we are pretty much doing like Einstein stuff. But and you need to see this, because when you say, FileMaker is slow, no, it's not. It's not slow. Proof of it. I just proved it. Yeah, it's slow if you use the technique for 2 records. And you have 2 billion records. Yeah, it's slow. But you remember we have a customer. He came to me and said, okay, we have a crash of the server every hour. Every hour the server was crashing when somebody was doing a search, because they were searching using the Jeopardy technique with the music. They were using that technique to search hundreds of millions of records, and there were 17 people doing that all day long, like crazy. Search, right? That's why the server crashed. And then I came with this solution. Not only the server didn't even see the difference by searching or not searching. That's what you need to know, that the technique that I'm showing here have absolutely no incident whatsoever on the server. It's like BIM, it's boom. It's not like the Jeopardy music for 5 minutes, right? So the server doesn't feel anything. So it is important that you at least try to understand this and try to manipulate and try to exercise. You need to try it. You need to try yourself, okay? And you will see it's not that difficult. So let me explain now how I'm gathering this information, how I'm gathering this. So here what the script's doing. It goes to the table account, to the layout account. I have a layout for search. See, account search. I have a layout for search like this. This is my technique. You don't have to do that. But those layouts, I'm sure I have nothing in the layout that pollutes anything. This is what I want to search on. This is what I want to search for contacts. And this is what I want to search for projects. There's nothing else in the server. No pollution, no interference, nothing. No cracks in the line, okay? So
server, there's no FileMaker pollution. Is that what we're calling that? Pollution?
Yeah, no pollution. No.
That's fine. I'm good with no cracks and no pollution.
Yeah, the cracks.
I'll have to come up with a new video title for cracks and pollution in FileMaker, right? So
okay, so I'm going to the search, to the account search, I perform my quick find stuff with whatever I put on the field here that comes here. And then if I don't have any error, gather, create a variable with the list of ID account. So this is the account IDs, the variable. Then when you're done with this, go to the layout contact search. Perform again the same find with this search here. If there's no error, create a variable named contact account ID. That means all the contacts related to this account. I want the account IDs. I want the foreign key of this, because here I am in the account, but here I'm in the contact, and I want all the ID account of the contact I found. Then you go to project and you do exactly the same thing. You perform the find. If there's no error, do the set variable project account ID. So now you will say, okay, why do you put the errors here? Oh, that we call that optimization. Everything you can avoid to happen, if it doesn't have to happen, you need to do something for that. Anything you can do to avoid something to happen when it shouldn't happen. Like, for example, if he finds nothing right here, and I don't do this, is going to set the variable, try to read this for no reason. So you don't need to, if there's an error, that means something wrong with this. So that means I don't want to see what's happened here. Okay. So this is what I left that here to show you, that you need to do everything you can to prevent things to happen if they shouldn't happen. Okay. So when you do all those search thinking, when you're done with this, then you use the exit scripts. So I know everybody that is a beginner to medium intermediate user never use the exit script. Never use the exit script. Okay. So the exit script, it's useful to gather information from one script when the script has been performed from another one. Let me explain. This script here, the PSOS search account, it's a subscript. We call that subscript, launched from this one. This script here is performing a script. So whatever happened in the script, in the subscript, this script here, when you put your exit script, and at the exit, you can get this. You can get whatever the result of this exit script is. You transfer it to the main script. That means I launch this script. This script is triggered, right? I perform this script, right? I perform it. Whatever happens in this script at the end, I want the result. I want the result in this script here. Then I can use it. And how you get the exit script info, how you get this from this subscript back to the main script, by the get script results. Get script results is going to gather the information sent to you during the execution of this subscript, and things you put here in the text result of this exit script step.
All right. I have to call a timeout on the field here. So Ron asked a question. I answered it, but he doesn't want me to answer it. He wants you to answer it. So I'm not going to answer the question. Ron's question is, how much faster is PSOS? One. How much faster is PSOS if you had to measure like percentages or something?
Okay, let me do let's do an experiment. Okay, a live experiment. So I wasn't expecting this. So this is live. Okay, so let's go to my list of here. Okay, and let's remove this for now. Okay, let's say I have a last timestamp. Okay, remember this? So I have the last timestamp here, and I want to update. Okay, I want to update this last update on 5,000 records, right? I want to update with the current one. Actually, we can do that. Insert current time.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
So okay, and then we say replace.
Okay, I'm gonna watch my watch. Let me know when you go.
5,000 records. Okay.
Right. 1, 2, 4.
Oh, we can. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop the thing.
Well, yeah, it's gonna go a while. Okay. All right, so that's fine. So it's let's just be generous and say it's a minute, 60 seconds. But I think it'll be longer than that.
Oh, it will be much longer than that. Look, we didn't even.
Yeah, we're at just about 30 seconds right now. So go ahead and just stop it if you want. If you
Yeah.
can get
Okay.
it to
I'm
stop.
stopping. Okay.
So well, let's just say it's at least a minute.
Okay. So now, same thing. And because I'm using that all the time for my when you need to replace things or update things, or I'm using that all the time. So I have a script here. I'm saying go to account, account table, whatever, okay, this one, go here and replace the account last update timestamp with the current timestamp. Okay, so I'm here and I'm launching that on the server. So you see this is 155.35, so it should be 158 something, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And you got it waiting for the execution, right, on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how long it takes.
Done.
Okay. So I told Ron right below, he did miss the answer. I typed right below 400%. It's been my testing is generally about 400% faster. This one here is much higher than that. It's probably 5,000% faster or something like that. Much, because it'd be minutes. And you did it, what, in 5, 6, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So that was... If we said the other one was a minute, it's at least 600% faster. So this is really important. Now, Dean mentioned something here. Oregon Dean. If you come back over here, let me adjust something here. Cover a topic here real quick. We've talked about this before briefly. Most of the senior people know about this. So this command right here that you see has two options on it. Once again, I'm going to use a little bit of military lingo for those of you who are pilots. Maybe you don't know about this, but it has that option right there, which is basically fire and forget, right? And so once again, is that you can fire it and the server will execute it, and then your client can either wait for it to finish, which we did just now, or you can fire it and forget about it. It's a blind fire. You fire it, and then you go off and do something else, right? So sometimes you're going to drop a bomb or shoot a missile, a bad guy. Mostly it's a missile thing. And
but sometimes you get the missile back in your face. You
got to be careful. You wait to see. You have to stay looking at the guy so you can see that you get the hit, or you have to keep the radar painted on the other. The point is that you can wait for it for the results, and either it fails or it doesn't fail, but you wait for it. That's really fast. But if he had just fired it and didn't wait for the results because you assumed it was really simple and it would work, then you would literally trigger it in a 1/1000th of a second, and it would go and take 8 seconds to run. How much faster is that than running it locally? So you have the fire and forget option, or you have the wait for it option. Very important. And Dean was asking about that. So
let's do a demonstration on this. So I love the question. It's a very good question. So I put that.
So Ron goes, well, I did miss your answer, but in my defense, he says that I hire smarter people and that their answers are better than mine. So you got your fans here, Nick. They love you. They think you're fantastic. And I have no listen. I always tell people if I'm the smartest person in the room, we are all screwed. So I always want to be the dumbest guy in the room, because that establishes some sort of baseline of competence, and then it goes up from there. And so Nick is definitely that way. So and then hang on, one other question.
No, I want to finish this. Done. Because there's multi thing to. Let's say I'm doing that. I'm putting that off. Okay. So this is what happened. You click and you forget, and then you see the things happening slowly. See, is happening as they goes, because the server is doing something, like another user is doing something for you, but you can do whatever you want, right? And is going to happen slowly, one after one. See, 201, 201 is going through all the records and is going to update them all. Okay. So this is what happened here. Okay. So now, the double edge on this, First of all, if you have this kind of construction, if you perform a script on server and you have a loop, and the loop can fail, and if you do that, that means your script will run forever, okay, and can destroy your server, can screw up your server. So you need to make sure, don't do any perform script on server if you don't have access to the console of the server. You need to have access to the console of the server in order to kill a process if a process go wild. If you don't, you are like me sometimes. I get screwed and I need to call people at 3 a.m. in the morning because I'm doing things at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. in the morning, I have to call them at home to kill the process because, process is, So you need to be careful on this. So that's my first catch on this. Second one is, if you turn this off, there is no way you can get any result from the script. So that means this won't work. If you have this off, this won't work.
Well, yeah, okay. like once again, if you're shooting missiles at someone, you actually want to see the little poof of smoke when it hits them. Then yeah, you have to wait. That's the whole point of fire and forget. But the idea is that if you're really pressed to get stuff done, you can fire it and then move on with the next issue, right? So it's whether you need that result or not is why you would do it. So
yeah,
yep.
Okay, but for example, a replace like this cannot go wild because the replace is doing it and then it's done, right? But what the danger is the loops. That's the danger. Okay, that's why I avoid the loops in my performance script on server. Anyway, so let's continue. So you got the point here that the script, the PSOS here is doing this, is going there, is going there, is going there, and then I'm getting so let's debug this stuff. Okay, let's debug this stuff. So I'm going to the account, the transfer of Foundset. So I'm showing all, and I've said, okay, I want co-op, okay, co-op, and script debugger, okay, and I go. So here I have this capture on, and so this is doing this. This is where all the magic happened. All the magic happened there. So the server is going to all the table and search for me, collect the IDs, and come back. Okay. So I go there. So look what happened here. This up, it did. It returned no record match request because one of those 3 requests, maybe one failed. Okay. So, but we don't care about that. And now I want to see the script results. So I'm going here. That also a trick that maybe you don't know, but you have access to until this is done. The script is paused now, is in pause, so I can access to whatever get script results things, and this is the script results. Okay, that's the script results. So now the question is, if the script result is empty, that means there's nothing back from this. When this is empty, okay, that means no record found, go away, okay? But this is not the case. There's something here. So now I'm setting the field, the transfer of Foundset field for account IDs with whatever the script result has, and then I'm saying, go to the red records using my account transfer of Foundset relationship, which is from the same table to the same table, and now is doing this. Blam. That's it. That's how it works. Okay, it's very simple. So now you know that you can go all over the place in your solution, do your search somewhere else you do the search, and then you get the IDs of this, and then you transfer them through this magic thing that's happening between this script and this script. Okay. So now that you got this, the perform script on server, so you send the script on server. The script on server is doing whatever it has to do. Okay, very simple. Go search, go search, go search. Simple, very simple. A 5-year-old kid can understand what this. Go and search, go and search. Okay, so that's it. Then the secret is the exit script steps where you say, okay, I want the list of those, the list of those, and the list of those in one list. Okay, that's what I want. I want one list for those. Okay, and I want, when this script is done, then you set the field, set the global field with this, and you say go to rare record. That's it. It's simpler than that. I mean, you have a Thunderbolt search in what, 10 rows here, and actually I have empty space here that I can remove. 8 rows here, right? And the search account is like what? Go perform, go perform, go perform. It's like super simple stuff. There's no crazy calculation, crazy things, super complicated. No. It's very simple, right? And so this can be also, so this is when you want to combine multiple. And also, you know what? Sometimes, let's say you want to deactivate this. You want to search only on this. Even this, searching in the local table is faster. You know, it's faster. You know, if you say, you say Fairfield, it's faster. Is more than instant. Is one. Sometimes, to make fun of this, I'm saying I get the result before I strike the button. It's so fast. It's so fast that you cannot be faster than that. Okay, so it's very fast. So even though you need to search in the local, instead of doing perform find and back, instead of doing this, no, tell the server, do the search for me, do your job, server, and bring back me the information. That's it. That's what I ask from you. Okay, because when you do this, you don't you prevent heavy events. Like when you do a perform find, it's like go to find mode, and then perform find. It's not that small. It's a big event. Okay, so you can do whatever you want here with this. You can extend this, extend this. So now I want to show you the same technique before we go. I want to show you the same technique here on a portal, because I show you this. I want to show you this technique here with the portal. So here I'm using the same technique for the portal. Here, if I'm looking for this, so I grab all the IDs here, right? I grab all the IDs. And so this is what it's doing, the one for the portal. So it's very simple. I'm using the same technique. I perform the script on server, right? I perform the script on server. The search goes to the contact, perform on the contact. But here the difference. Instead of doing the go to the red record, I don't need that. I just set the field with the ID that I commit. That's all what I do. Right.
Okay, there's a real quick question, couple questions here. I'm going to just throw these at you. Okay, so Topcat says, yes, I agree. Nick's level Nick makes it look simple. For my level of skill set, it's not so simple. It's understandable but difficult to think of. For Topcat, I am going to have this file for you in the next couple minutes here. You guys will be able to download the link and get the latest one. Just keep in mind, this uses server, so you have to have server or cloud or something.
Oh, yeah.
This is where, then JMP It Boys, I can't remember where his name. Maybe this is Ron, another Ron, I don't remember. He says, perhaps I missed the answer to my question. Is gathering a stored calculation slower than getting the content from a normal text field over the list of? Is gathering a stored calculation slower? But A stored calculation. Okay, so the list of is a summary field. It's not a calculation, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I don't know.
You cannot do what the list of is doing with the summary field list of is doing. You cannot do that with a calculation.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
So this gets back to this conversation. I was trying to talk, and then Nick got mad at me yesterday about this. Is that there is the list calculation function, which
oh,
gets related, which does the same thing, but it gets it from a related source. If you want to get the information from the local table, you have to use a summary field with the list of option.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this gets back to what I was complaining, and some of you guys, people, nice ladies and good gentlemen, everyone, I say guys loosely. That is this right here. I'm going to draw on a screen. Works on a local. That summary data is only local to if we're on a layout and we're evaluating this table and we're on a layout that belongs to a TO that belongs to this table. If you're trying to get the list of from related records, you're going to use a calculation field with the list function. So to really control and be a master of the list stuff, you have to know both this for the local data and then the list for function for a calculation for the related data. It's two things.
Look, yeah, look. We can okay. I can make a video. We can do both ways. We can do a webinar on this, or I can just shoot a video about the list and list off and what's the difference between all of those things, and finally put an end on this discussion and get everybody on the same page about the list. List is a list of. That's why I call that list of and not list. List of and list are two capital things that you need to understand. Like the let statement, like the auto entry calculation, like the PSOS, like all of those things. Those are the most advanced things you need to know if you want to get into the advanced world. Unfortunately, I don't understand why nobody's talking about it, because you can look around and you will never find anything about PSOS and transfer of Foundset the way we did today.
Well,
there's nothing.
Okay, let me explain how this works. So for the most of you here, and I know we're trying to run out of time, but this is relevant. So we're gonna keep going until we kill this. But the reason that you don't see other people talking about this is because when developers talk about videos, there aren't too many people who do training. They're really not. I can name 3 people that do training, one of which I think is a lot more serious about it. That's John Mark Osborne. Pretty good guy. He has a totally different technique. He puts into some effort as some training, totally different than what we do. Then you got Chris Ippolite, who does 10 hours a year or whatever he does. It's pretty lightweight training. It's not what I would consider super. I mean, I can't even cover the platform in 80 hours or 90 hours or 100 hours. So how could you cover it in 10? So the reality is that these other companies, when you watch them put videos together, they're only putting together videos on the new features, okay? The newest, greatest feature that they're interested in, that they care about. But at the end of the day, the newest stuff that came out in 19 is not as important as, say, for example, like the list function, which came out with 15 or 16, whatever. I think Mike Johnson was saying, or Mark Johnson was saying it was 15. Sometimes things that were released previously that we haven't mastered yet are strategically much bigger to understand. And so, once again, if you see training from other people and they're like, well, why isn't this there? It's because, why aren't they talking about it? It's because they're bored with it. They already know it. Those experts are bored with it. At the end of the day, they don't particularly care that you know it or don't know it because you're a competitor to them, right? My job is to train you from zero. It's why we spend all the time. We spend the appropriate amounts of time, virtual list summary. We spend a lot of time on these things because it allows you to do a lot of great stuff. So I'm going to post the file, Nick, if you want to keep going or wrap this up.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so I want to show you because of the PSOS, so you understand. So thing you need to know, you cannot say, oh, I want this to be a PSOS. No. You can perform a script on server only from a script. Okay, so you can only say within a script, perform script on server. You cannot have a button here on the layout and say, okay, so perform this on server. No, you need to perform a script that is going to perform on server, right? So that's the first thing you need to know. Also, most of the people say, hey, Nick, that's great, but what about the debugger? So we saw earlier that here, if I do something here and I say debugger, and I do this, whatever happened here, the debugger is not showing me. It's impossible to debug a script that is performed on server. Yes and no. So now I'm going to show you my tricks. If you want to, let's say you have a script here, and you want to debug this script as is. You don't want to change anything. You want the script to be debugged. You commented out this, you deactivate this. Oh, by the way, deactivate is here. Deactivate, disable. Okay. So you disable this. And somebody is talking on the background.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm playing air traffic control here.
Okay, yeah. So
that was actually your voice, so you're hearing yourself. So.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying, what the heck? So, so what you do, you create a new window, and this window must land in I mean, it's better to do that. Make this window to land in the first layouts that the script you want to debug is landing. Like, for example, this here, the search account, this is starting on account search. So makes this to land in the account search, the new window. Then you perform the same script, but not on server. You perform the same script, the PSOS search account, with the same get script parameter kind of information. So you replicate those two, and then you close the window. So here what happened. So the same script, I didn't change anything. I just added those two. That the same script, I didn't even change one line of the script. Okay. So here what happened. So let's say I want Nick, okay, here, and I want to debug it. So I debug it. It created a new window in the layout where it should go. And now it said, go to the layout, but I'm already in the layout. Perform, do this, do this, do this. Go to the layout, perform, do this, do this, do this. Go to project, perform. Oh, it's found nothing, but it's okay. So that's an error, okay? So he didn't do that because that's an error. And then he exits script with this, right? So this here, the list of account ID, blah, 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 because I have those variable here. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because the variable are kind of big. So this is what it's doing normally locally, right? So I have those, account ID, contact account ID, but I don't have the project account ID because it skipped it, okay? And now it go back, it close the window, and it say, set the field, go, and end. So I debugged a perform script on server as it will be on the server. So I didn't altered, I didn't modified, I didn't trick or change anything on the server, on the what's the name, on the script that could make it working locally and not working. You know what I mean? So I didn't change anything here. That's the same. So when you're done with debugging, what you do, you deactivate this. So that's why in most of my development, you will find this deactivated, because this is what I use to debug. Sometimes, you know, I'm getting gray hair with this perform script on server. Don't get me wrong. It could be complicated when you do complicated things. So this technique here to debug the scripts, perform on server, to still be able to debug, this is priceless. This trick I'm giving you, this is priceless. Right?
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm reading David's question here. David, some of the people are trying to. So David says two things. I want to read both of them to you, Nick, and maybe you can answer this. So, because I thought I answered it, but maybe I don't think I answered it well enough. So David goes, you get the list of IDs from your search in an unrelated table. You bring it back and you paste it into the global ID field related to the tables and the portals. That's to me what you're doing, right? Now you can use it in a portal or from hold, don't go anywhere. From this global, you paste it in here. That can drive the portal, or it can do a go-to related record script step and launch us to
the current table.
Yeah, the table for that. Yeah, so I that's what I had. Then he wrote, my confusion is if you find Nick in the parent table, you will find Nick 2 in the related table that doesn't have Nick in the parent table. I think we're getting, at least I'm confused by that.
Okay. So let me explain. Let's say I'm searching Nick. I want an account, any account that has Nick here, or Nick here. Now, let's say, for example, that's a good question. Let's say I don't want to search here. I want to search in contact only. So you deactivate those two. That's why I built that way, because I can activate, deactivate. I can copy this and make another script, right? So it's very cool. So now I want Nick, and I have 2 only, because only 2 has Nick on the contacts. So now I want to do the opposite. I don't want contact. I want in project. So I want accounts with Nick in project name. Okay. So I'm going Nick. I have none. So now I want Nicholas, because I know I have one. Oh yeah, I have multiple, because you have multiple Nicholas somewhere. We might have multiple Nicholas here. Oh, in project. Sorry, Nicholas here. Somewhere he must have Nicholas somewhere, for sure. Oh, Nicholas here. See, so it look on the project, or you can just say, oh, I want in project and in contacts. So I want to search accounts with something here from that are here. So now if I saw Nick, I will have much more, I have my 2. But if I say, if I create a contact with Nick here, okay, so now you will see I will have 3. Oh no, because that's the same. Okay, let me go show all, go here and go to this project, add Nick here. And so now show all, okay, Nick, now I have 4 for free, see, because it's there, Nick here. So you can do whatever you want, but the demonstration was that you can search in related tables without searching from the relations, because this is slow. This is fast. You are going to the local table and you search in the local table. It means he went there, he went to contacts, went to here, look for Nick, right? Gather all the IDs, go to projects, do the same thing, look for Nick, look for Nick, get the ID, and then go back to this, paste those here, and say, go to the record and show me the account with this. It's different that this is another thing. Let's pretend you have a relationship, okay? You have a relationship and you want to filter with quotes, the portal. So you have 2 ways. You have the Jeopardy way. Let's put some music. And so you have this way, okay? Or you have this way. Oh, Nick. Okay. So it's what's the name? It's up to you. You see what I mean? So this is filtering a portal, and this was looking here and here and here, and give me the account containing things, like that. Like say you want the account with Garrett in it. Okay. Who account has this guy as a contact? Come on, we do that all the time, right? Okay, we do all those. I want the account of the guy that is Garrett. Okay, here we have. Those are Garrett. Oh, I want Garrett Bell. Garrett Bell. Okay, this guy. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks, Nick, for an awesome job. If one of you want to write a review here and say Nick did a great job and he was detrimental to your business, feel free to do that.
Cool.
And the guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected. The quarterback, great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snaps a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.